What is our step? Why are we here? Alam mo, sa totoo lang po, ay hindi po united. Maraming ang puso nila at diwa ay lalabanan yung korupsyon, lalabanan yung pang-aapi sa mga Duterte. Pero kung sa ano pa yan, isang konsyerto, mukhang walang conductor. Ang daming vloggers, iba-iba ang sinasabi, pero isa lang yung direksyon against the government. Ang daming mga taong bayan, isa lang yung direksyon sa puso nila, pero hindi nakakaisa. So, I call upon each and everyone na let us try to avoid conflicts and be as one. And we will have one direction. Alam mo, sa totoo lang po, akala ko nung unang napakalaki na rally sa Maisog sa Davao City na nandoon pa ang ating Pangulo. Akala ko, yun na yun ang hahatak sa atin. I was very much elated na ang Pangulo natin dati, si Duterte, siya ang namuno doon. Pero something happened along the way. There were traitors along the way. Kaya wala pong nangyari. Pero ito, this is a new beginning. How do we call this now? People's Congress. I hope tayo nandito, ihikayatin natin ang bawat nook and corner, bawat vlogger, bawat taong bayan, magkaisa. Remember, during the time of the dictatorship, ng panahon ni Marcos Sr., ang takal po natin, it has been a very long gestation until we had people power. Ganun na ganun ang like father, like son. We are now in the same, except that there is no declaration of martial law. Pero there is silent martial law that's going on. Nung rally lang natin nung Maisog, hindi tayo pinaparally. Every time, mayroong mayor, mayroong ano na guguluhin tayo. Ngayon, let us be united. Kung ang taong bayan noong panahon ni Cory Aquino, pinatay si Ninoy, nagkaroon ng eleksyon, dinaya si Cory. Pareho ang ating views ngayon. So, if we were able to do that in the past, there is no reason why we should not be able to do it now. So, yun lang po panawagan ko sa bawat isang Pilipino, magkaisa po tayo, alisin natin yung diferensya sa bawat isa, difference of opinion. There is only one goal, to fight against incompetence, against stupidity of this government, and most of all, even if they are stupid, it does not prevent them to make so much money for themselves. Yan lang po ang masasabi.
Okay, thank you. We have two latecomers. Can we hear from them? Ladies first.
Hello, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ako po si former Undersecretary Astra Pimentel Naik. Para sa aming mga kababaihan, napakahalaga ang usaping ito. Kasi nga, based doon sa mga testimonya and based sa mga pag-aaral natin, the money that goes to corruption is around 30%, di ba, of the whole total budget. So in the past 3 years, ipagbalagay natin, approximate, that's 5.5 trillion pesos na napunta sa corruption. And i-convert mo ito, kung ibibigay ito sa bawat mamamayang Pilipino, more or less meron kang 235,000 pesos per person in the past 3 years. So walang pulubing Pilipino kung tutuusin, kung ito ay pinamigay sa tao. This is only what's going to the corruption, yung 30%. So, imagine mo, di ba, kada mamamayang Pilipino, kada pamilya, meron kang 235,000. That's a big help and that's already puhunan para sa negosyo ng bawat mamamayang Pilipino. And kung hindi natin ito puputulin, no? Kasi sobra yung insertions. Ako, I would like to call also the attention of DBM because DBM plays a very important role in the budget. Kasi kung tutuusin, bago yan pipirmahan ng Presidente, right after House of Representatives and Senate, transmit it to the, through the PLLO. And by the way, siguro hindi alam lang lahat ng mga kababayan natin that the administration right now removed the office of the PLLO or the Presidential Legislative Liaison Office. I was Assistant Secretary in 2016 to 28, early of 2018 ng PLLO. Napakalaki po ng role ng PLLO in ushering the laws, even the budget. So, yung nangyari ngayon, pagbalik ng kaya ako, Abina, Pangandaman, maganda naman yung niya, pero you know, if anti-corruption and BBM, they are the ones who should have raised the red flag to the President na napakalaki ng mga insertions, napakalaki ng difference ng NEP at ng GAA. But we never heard the BBM said it, no, na inanunsyo niya o kaya nag-ano sila na tungkol dito sa budget na to. And right now, since the PLLO is already under the office of the Executive Secretary, hindi ba masyadong yung control ng ng legislative agenda, even the LEDAC, it's supposed to be the one kasi ang LEDAC, that's the Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council, sila dapat yung nagtatahi ng mga pagkukulang. And hindi yata ito nagamit ng maayos under this administration. So, napakalaki ng pwedeng magawa at pwedeng hindi mangyari. Diba? So, right now, I am calling for the attention of DBM. You have a big role in safeguarding the budget of the country. Kasi kayo ang nagbibigay dapat ng advice sa Presidente na, uy, wag mong permahan yung budget na yan. Maraming discrepancies dyan. Marami akong nakikitang pero kung hindi naman ito ginawa ng DBM, yung sinasabi natin complete staff work, before allowing the President to sign the GAA, napakalaki ng problema natin. And this is the time that we should raise up kasi as a woman, a fellow woman of Sec Pangandaman, I'm calling her attention on that matter kasi napakalaki ng role ng DBM, even the releases. Alam mo that these are insertions and there are ang DBM ang nagbibigay ng release ng mga pondong ito. So, from top to bottom, hindi ito problema lamang ng Kongreso, problema ito ng lahat ng ahensya ng pamahalaan. Because even the secretaries who are in charge of implementing the project, that's why I'm very appreciative kay Pangulong Duterte kasi sa panahon niya talaga pong nakatutok yan and very, very keen ang kanyang team in reviewing any document that he has to sign. And aside from that, siya mismo ay nagbabasa. Alam mo yon, hindi niya pinapabayaan na ang dokumento ay hindi nabasa.
Point well taken. Thank you very much. Mukhang the women can lead the revolution. Okay, can we have the former speaker, please? Yes.
Ito po si Bebot Alvarez, civilian ang inyong lingkod. Magandang tanghali na po, bayan. Sa oras na ito, marami na po tayong nalalaman tungkol sa korupsyon na nagaganap sa administrasyon na ito. At dahil dito, taus-puso po ako nagpapasalamat sa ating former chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee na si Senador Rodante Marcoleta. Suportahan po natin siya at tulungan sa laban na inumpisahan ni Senador Rodante Marcoleta. Mga kababayan, sa oras na ito ay marami na po tayong naririnig ng mga salita. Hindi naman pwede puro dada na lang tayo. Panahon na para kumilos at magkaisa.